Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan. This is James, and those are gunshots from Fortnite. And today we're going to be talking about Ben Shapiro.
I finally sold my soul and started working for United Fruit.
Actually,
whatever they're called.
Actually, we might just take a crack at two members of the intellectual dark web, just for fun, just to help them out a bit, teach them a lesson or something. I know they'll never watch this, but hopefully their fans do and ask them questions about it. Because we're smarter than both of them. That's right. Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson. They may have the academics, but we have the vantage point. But before we get started, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description, and the website is right here. And you get to enjoy a little bit of metric while we do it.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a castle, how will you wear your leisure? You zipper back and front on the fence together.
Alright, so first up, Ben Shapiro. He's talking about the Democratic candidates, 2020 election, all the people that came out and said, fuck it, I'm running for president, except for some people.
Mm-hmm.
He'll mention, I guess he'll mention the most popular one, which really probably isn't the most popular one. Bernie Sanders is probably the most popular one.
Okay.
But I think Shapiro looks for low-hanging fruit, which would be Kamala Harris. And my conspiracy mind thinks he does this to prop her up. Sort of like NBC did for Donald Trump. Like, oh, look how dumb he is. Let's follow him everywhere. Let's give him all the camera time possible.
It's like you're making it worse.
So, be careful, Shapiro fans.
We got him now. It's like, nah, you're making it worse. Yeah.
Be careful, Shapiro fans and anti-SJW types. You may be led astray, run amok, bamboozled. It's Malcolm X. All right, so let's check out.
Bamboozled.
Yeah, it's Malcolm X. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. That's right. So let's play some of the Ben Shapiro show, and hear the.
But he was centrist, John.
I want to say idiocracy, but please correct me if I'm wrong. As James plays Fortnite, that's right. We're doing that.
Fortnite's playing me right now.
Fuck.
With the big announcement. Oh, I know everyone in California was waiting for it. Just so excited about our garbage Attorney General, Kamala Harris, our garbage Senator Kamala Harris, deciding that she was going to run for president of the United States. It was all super exciting because she's basically like Hillary Clinton, except even more intersectional, which is just amazing.
Now, you can already see Ben on the leap, right? I believe there are other candidates that are way more popular than Kamala Harris. But we all understand that the nightly news, the CNNs and MSNBCs, they're going to promote their candidate, basically. Yes, that's right. I'm calling them biased. Right? Strange, right? Out of nowhere.
See.
So, like even the last presidential election and primary race, I should say. I think Bernie Sanders was the most popular guy there. It sort of took some extra happenings to sort of keep him away from winning the primary.
You mean like
so I think the people's vote was with Bernie Sanders back then, and I think it's with someone else now. That's not Kamala Harris, by the way. But of course, Ben, he can only handle, mainstream. He can only handle debating CNN and MSNBC. That's his range. That's his zone right there. He can handle them.
So she gave her opening speech, her I'm going to run for president speech, based on 0 actual accomplishments in office. She's been senator for about 5 minutes.
That's why Bernie's probably the favorite over her. Bernie or Tulsi Gabbard. I think Tulsi Gabbard's going to surprise a shitload of people.
Probably.
And if you look at it on paper, I hope she does. But I don't know. I definitely don't think it's Kamala Harris, other than the
Fuck
people
no.
that watch mainstream news all day, every day. But we're in the fucking internet era, right? As Jimmy Dore would say, this is why people get their news from YouTube.
Comedians.
He says YouTube.
Oh, whatever. He's a comedian too.
Just a jack-off nightclub comedian. Chicago.
So she's following the Barack Obama path to glory. Kamala Harris's career as a senator has been, shall we say, testy. She spent most of the Kavanaugh hearings suggesting that religious people were terrible and also that Brett Kavanaugh is a gang rapist. That seems like a great platform to run on a unifying theme. So Kamala...
That's why she's not a great candidate. It's like, I'm telling you, Ben, she's not a great candidate. Why are you talking about her then? If you're the quote-unquote conservative, quote-unquote right-wing guy, you should be looking at the most dangerous competition for Trump or for whoever's the Republican person. I don't think it's Kamala Harris. But, as I said earlier, Shapiro fans and right-wing fans, he might be holding her up on purpose. He might want her to win that nomination. So it makes it easier for his guy, or his team. If Ben's not a Trump supporter, he'll take Trump over anyone in the Democratic Party because he's a team player.
Harris announced yesterday in Oakland. Number one, important to note, she drew a big crowd in Oakland. That's not that hard to do for people like Kamala Harris. And I'm not talking about her race. I'm talking about the fact that if you are a lefty in Oakland, Donald Trump won 5% of the vote in Oakland.
She's also from Oakland.
I wish you would go to Oakland, Ben.
Yeah, go to Oakland in blackface. I would love that. I'm not offended by it. It'd be funny to me.
In 2016, 5%. She was introduced by Libby Schaaf. For people who don't remember the Oakland mayor, Libby Schaaf is such a leftist. She's such a crazy leftist that she actually probably obstructed justice when she informed illegal immigrants in her own city of an upcoming ICE raid. In February, Schaaf issued a public warning for the immigrant communities in her city that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents in San Francisco were going to be engaging in raids of illegal immigrant criminals. So she warned criminals, and they all escaped.
Now, when he says criminals, I bet in the Ben Shapiro fans' mind, they're thinking drug dealer, rapist, murderer, burglar. Is that the right word?
Burglar.
Fuck it.
And burglar.
Thefter.
You thief.
But he may be using a play on words here to where being a illegal immigrant is illegal, thus criminal. Thus, these people are criminals. So Libby something, warned criminals that the police were coming. Now, if this Libby person was taking a righteous stance, I'd stand with her on that. Like, listen, you guys are bullshit, so I'm not going to let these people be victims to your bullshit law. Sort of like the housing crisis. If I'm the mayor of some city, I'm like, no, don't leave your homes. You can't afford it, we'll work it out. Stay in your homes. Don't set up like tent cities and shit like that. So it all depends on motive there.
She was the person who decided to introduce Kamala Harris.
I'm better than Ben Shapiro.
I probably am too.
We're all better. He's the worst. He's the worst of the worst. I'm just playing.
He's just weak, man. It's
I'm just playing. He's just a silly person who was...
I mean, as far as like being able to like pick him apart in an argument.
I'll put it. I'd say we're less brainwashed than Ben Shapiro. I'm guessing he was raised in this and had looked at no other alternative.
I still don't. He doesn't escape. He doesn't escape blame.
That's right, Ben. Stay away from the ayahuasca and the LSD
'Cause it's like,
and
dude,
the mushrooms.
like, listen.
Don't do it, man.
It's like you're a guy.
I've never done those, by the way.
As far as existential outlook on things, it's like it's fucking awful.
He's
pathetic. Hold on.
Yeah.
Like this guy is gonna go wherever his team goes. That's the problem with me. For me.
He's the guy Rogan talks about. Like, man, you need to take some mushrooms or something. These are the types. They're the rigid types. They're the I'm not trying to diss him or anything, but Alan Watts would call them the prickly types. It sounds like I'm calling him a prick. I'm not calling him a prick. Alan Watts does
I think he's a prick.
Look it up on YouTube. Alan Watts does a little story about, the prickly people and the googly people, whatever word he uses. There's people that are strict in form and spikes and
Listen, it's tough.
and there's people that are free. Oh man, free flowing, man.
It's tough not to diss someone when they insult themselves. Just saying. It's like, go ahead, man. It's like it's a rap battle. It's like I don't really got anything to say, man. Just look at you, and he wins just by saying that.
Oh yeah,
they just look at him.
Yeah, and that guy in our comments. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Yeah, tell me where you see the redemption at. Tell me. Because you need more than saying I'm sorry.
He verbally said I'm sorry.
I think even if I'm not saying Ben's Christian, but even if you're like a Christian, you do the confession and shit. Like it doesn't count if you just use your words, right? You have to actually mean it. To where you have a change.
I think that's what should be aimed for.
They probably don't do that. They're probably just like, I can't tell what you're feeling, so I'll take your words. I'll take your word for it.
Say 10 Hail Marys and peace out.
Listen, I got a line here. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen. Your sister's next. I want to talk to her.
I got a turkey sandwich on my desk right now. The bread's getting soggy. You got to get the fuck out of here.
He put dressing on it, man. I don't got much time.
All right, let's continue.
I got 3 minutes. 3 minutes, man.
Let's continue. Nobody likes soggy bread. What the fuck?
Only creepy guys do. Yo.
X-Files.
He probably likes
Jody's Corner. He eats sandwiches upside down. So they call him an alien. All right, let's continue.
You eat sandwiches upside down.
It's like, dude, all the shit's on top. You eat it upside down, man. All right.
It's fucking weird.
So that's where Kamala Harris is. Kamala Harris is a very, very far left character. She's masquerading as a middle of the road.
She's not far left, man. That's another thing these guys do. They play tricks with people. They say, this is far left. Like, no, she's probably a centrist. If she was president, her policies would probably reflect a centrist or damn near right. We call them neoliberals. Business class Democrats. We call them neoliberals. They sit closer to the center, to where they want the private insurance companies to be involved in our medical treatment.
Character so that she can get ahead in these primaries. Now, she has some advantages a lot of the other Democratic candidates don't. And if you had to handicap the race right now, you would think that she would have a pretty heavy advantage. Number one, she checks 2 intersectional boxes. She is a woman and she is black. A heavy dose of the Democratic base is black. About 30% of the Democratic primary base in 2008 was black. That's what allowed Barack Obama to defeat Hillary Clinton, despite
No, people thought he had progressive ideas, but ended up abandoning them when he became president. Right? You remember, let's get out of Iraq. I didn't vote for Iraq.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how much he brought medical insurance and all that shit. We're closing Guantanamo Bay. No, he didn't do that shit.
Well, as far as
he made himself seem like a progressive, he made himself seem like a progressive, and no one had like a long history record of him.
No, he was new. To a degree.
Not like Hillary. Hillary was like,
It's like, oh, we know who you are.
Yeah. Are you gonna go with the birther story?
This dude was like the white knight.
Yeah, Hillary started the birther story. So if you want to make it about race, it started there. I won't deny that a lot of black voters voted because he's black, and also a lot of white voters voted for him because he's black. Because they want to be like.
They want to be part of the experience.
Yeah. But at the same time,
it was like a fun. I never seen anything like that. Looking back on it too, people were like, fuck, what is this, a messiah?
Yeah.
Like,
if you look at the states,
think this dude's a prophet.
The states that Obama won, Trump won. Those were like basically the deciding factors there. Those seemed like the deciding factors to me. So once again, I think he's lying, to be honest with you. I think he's being dishonest and he's lying. But he could just be ignorant of it.
I doubt it.
Granted, that's his job that he makes all that money for. But
I think he's gonna support. It's called being dishonest. You're gonna support whoever plays for your team.
Yeah.
If they don't play for your team, then fuck them.
Ask Ben if he was a senator what his voting record would be on wars, and ask him why he does it. Ask him why he doesn't bring up the anti-BDS bill that just passed recently, to where businesses can't boycott Israel.
Yeah.
Ask him why that's not identity politics.
Like, hey, look, if some country was doing some awful things, I don't care who or what.
We're sanctioning someone right now. We're sanctioning Venezuela right now. What the freak? I gotta call it dishonest, man. But let's continue.
The fact that I believe in the end she won more popular votes in the primaries than he did. Well, Kamala Harris is going to...
I don't know how much that means anything.
Interrupt me again, I'm gonna put you through that table.
Yeah.
Remember who the king is.
Whatever.
It's like Ben.
to have...
Fuck, dude, he's like such a weasel. You got... Look. I remember looking back on this guy. I've never seen him before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, this guy talks to, like, you know, college kids and stuff, you know. I didn't really have a problem with it. Now it's like, oh, you don't stop.
Yeah.
And there's a trend going on. Like, how the fuck can you hold this guy up as an intellectual? There's a
Because
reason why this guy...
he destroys college kids.
Like, even
Without
that's
that, he's
fucking
not
soft.
this. Without that, he's not this.
So-and-so.
He'll still have a following for sure because he talks fast and it's unique.
Oh,
It's a unique thing we haven't really seen. But the talking points and the content and the context is all old shit.
That means you're a fan of him.
Yeah.
Oh God, look at Ben. No, I mean look at Jack. Look at him. Oh, he has pink hair. We never seen that before.
We are.
Oh wow, this guy talks fast.
we are in the IQ era, right? Didn't you say that earlier?
I didn't say era, but we're living.
No, that people are starting to bring up IQ for everything now.
Oh yeah, it's insults like low IQ fans. It's like, huh? What does that mean?
It means nothing. It's all about vantage point.
I know what they mean, but it's like, hey, dude, in the grander scheme of things, what does that mean? You think they're stupid people? Just flat out stupid just because they can't score higher on some sort of test? It's like, dude, I have a way better, 100%, I will bet my life on it, moral intelligence than this dude and everybody else on his fucking team.
And it's all about vantage point.
Well, that's called moral intelligence. Imagine that a moral intelligence fucking test, and there'd be no. That's something that you can't fucking see.
That'd be something where they can't tell you you're taking a moral
Let me take the test. It's like, you can't see it, asshole. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
See, they would think it's on a fucking pen and paper, probably. Like Rogan's like, I got a 127 in my IQ. Huh? I didn't know. I thought I was dumb. Like, you are dumb, dude. You're dumb as far as my standards.
All about vantage point, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't hate him. I'm just saying it's really annoying when someone just is completely ignorant. I didn't know. I'm busy.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
No.
Let's continue before you start ranting on Rogan.
I think some of those same advantages because she is the only black candidate who has yet declared running for president. She also has the advantage of tremendous media coverage.
It's literally like David Frost, right? Like, I don't know. Oh, I was busy. You have Nixon. You're talking to Nixon, right?
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck?
Are you talking about the Jack Dorsey thing?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Ben. Do not disturb Ben's presence. He is among us.
I'm just talking about morality, man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
IQ. Rogan posted something about IQ. This guy's considered intellectual. Look, he went. Where'd he go? Where the fuck did he go? School.
UCLA and Harvard, I think.
Yeah, look at that. Like, I went to UCLA and Harvard, and you know, I talk really fast. I'm intelligent. It's like, you guys think that's intelligence, you know?
All about vantage point.
Whatever, man. See how small they are.
All right.
Media love her, and the media love her specifically because they think that she is
Mainstream media loves her.
Obama Part 2. We had Obama Part 1 with Obama, and now we're going to get Obama Part 2 with Kamala Harris. She's more attractive than Hillary Clinton, just physically attractive than Hillary Clinton, and so that's going to help her out. I'm not saying that. Barack Obama is saying that. Barack Obama in 2013 labeled her, what was it, the hottest attorney general in the country.
Real people don't give a shit. And Tulsi Satter. Nah, they're equal. All women are beautiful.
Yeah, but
Tulsi has a personality, son. And Hawaiian. Samoan.
all I'm saying is
Just give you a rock bottom song.
one can surf.
One could give you a rock bottom at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
He was not labeled a sexist for that, by the way, which is fascinating. And more than that, Kamala Harris touches all the various aspects of the Democratic base that need to be touched. So she's got a foot in sort of the moderate camp because she's not as wild and crazy and out there as Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
I thought you just called her far left.
I thought you were gonna say something you could touch on.
Didn't he just call her far left, and now she has more moderate? So Bernie's way left. Elizabeth Warren is way left. Like, what are the standards here, man? I'm tired of these guys, leftists. Like, what's the standard?
Well, to me, it's like, hey, dude, what
freak.
do you think the left consists of?
Is Jimmy Dore like extreme left? Because he's left of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. He's left of Tulsi Gabbard, I think.
That's why I don't use these terms, man.
It means good is closer, bad is further away. To the right, that is.
Yeah. It has to
She's
happen.
overtly, she is privately. She touches on the intersectional camp. She touches a little bit on the millennial camp, not as much as people like.
What are her issues, Ben? Christ's sakes, man. This is like a gossip column. It's embarrassing.
Pause it. Well, to me, it's like this is type of shit that's going to be incredibly exposing within the next 3 years. That's literally why, right? Remember, atheism is unstoppable. You know, right? Everyone holds him. He has a following, yeah, but it will never get any bigger than that because that guy is looked upon as a joke. And the reason why is that guy can't fucking. If you really look at it, he really can't have any actual argument. But when this guy actually has something as far as people, like you said, becomes a gossip column. He can't really state anything. He just starts. I've seen him do it. Create shit.
You might be able to say policy. It's just he's not saying it. He's talking about, she's hot. That's one thing. She's a woman. She's a minority.
All right, but have we not seen?
What's her policy?
Okay, but again, that's like gossiping shit.
If you want shit to change, why don't
the other thing
focus
is
on
this.
whatever.
Then there's talking points. Take talking points away. Take gossiping away. What is he else? What else has he got? Oh, he creates shit. He literally creates something out of nothing.
What do you mean?
What's his name? The UN.
Ah.
Like you literally look. You heard what he said and you
Mark
read
Lamont Hill.
Mark Lamont Hill. You read what he said and you heard what he said. Okay, perfect. Now you're saying he's calling for the destruction of all of Israel. It's like, no, you fucker. Unreal. You're literally creating shit. Like Jordan, like he said hello. He said hello and goodbye. He held a gun to my head. It's like you're literally creating something, asshole.
Well, what he's doing is hyper leaping. It's like, man. Say, hey, man, I wish there was no homelessness in the world. You're advocating for socialism. Socialism is evil.
Yeah, I know.
It's killed 100 million people.
You're advocating for
10
murder.
times over. It's historically bad.
You like murderers.
Talking point.
Like I said.
Talking point. Socialism is bad.
No.
Socialism is evil.
It's the invisible
Talking
ghost.
point.
It's the my bad. It's Jesus with the punishment glove on. He puts it on, floats down. You can't see him, right? So whenever he's like, "I'm talking point," then you just hear a. It's like, the welfare state. I have to go.
That's not where I was going, but
Whatever.
I
My
just-
point is like this. It's like, take all that shit away. What does he got? Probably just him and his
Nice
shallow
suits.
sense of morality.
Nice suits in a studio.
Him and his shallow sense of morality.
A man cave.
Because every now and then, he'll
LA weather.
every now and then he'll have moments where he slips.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about the death penalty. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And then he'll go into depth on that,
How could?
He'll try.
Good point. How could he be practicing real redemption if he doesn't know what it is? If he thinks murderers and rapists or whoever need to be put to death, then he doesn't know what the redemption is in the first place. So it's like, don't tell me he's sorry and he went through full redemption, yet advocates for the death of someone else under any circumstance. Fuck.
O'Rourke or maybe even Bernie.
I'll give him a
But she's probably the most well-rounded Democratic candidate just in terms of who she can reach out and touch.
No. I think Bernie was the most popular among millennials. That's a large, and that was years ago, right?
Yeah, it was like.
So.
How long ago was that?
It goes back to the primaries.
4 years ago? No.
Let's see, 2019, 2016 election. That's
crazy, right?
2 years, and then you got the primaries before that. So several years ago, he had the millennials.
Right?
And guess what? The millennials got older, and there's new millennials coming in. Or new, kids coming in that are 18 and older. Guess what? He probably I think he added to that number of young voters that are going to vote for Bernie. Now, people that are going to vote for Bernie, are they going to vote for Kamala fucking Harris?
Probably. Can you imagine if
Probably not. Probably
what?
not.
What?
People that want to vote for Bernie, are they going to vote for Kamala?
Oh, my bad.
Unless
I thought I Tulsi Gabbard. My bad.
They'd vote for her if it was last resort, because I don't think they're going to let, Trump get away again.
Oh, the thing is,
Harris is nowhere near as bad as Clinton.
If it's just her and him, then well.
Kamala and Bernie?
No, Kamala and fucking Trump.
Well, people are going to be jumping off roofs, jumping off of rooftops. But I think more likely they're going to hold their nose and vote for Kamala. Maybe. But Trump would just win again. If Kamala got in there, won the nomination,
she'll get wrecked.
Trump will win, and it might even be a landslide. Let's continue.
She also has an inherent advantage because of her race. So if she wants to reach out to black...
No.
This is the guy that's like...
Trump just won the states that Obama was winning. What the fuck, man? Does he know that?
This is the guy that's like, listen...
Don't you have a staff? Go ahead.
This is the guy that's going to say, listen, you're more likely to be called a victim because you're a Muslim, black, and you're a transgender.
He thinks the left is just one big group that all think exactly the same.
My point is, like, his arguments are absolute dog shit.
There's probably more swing voters than there are I'm Democrat no matter what, and I'm Republican no matter what. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Folks, she does not actually need to play the pandering game.
Actually, there's probably more people that just don't vote than there are even voters or registered voters.
I think we know. I think we could. It's safe to say it's like, yeah, probably.
But I don't know. Who knows?
Not me either. I don't know.
And what you'll see from all the other Democratic candidates who have declared today is that they are indeed playing a pandering game where they do this routine, where they go out there and they talk about racism a lot. And the problem for them is that by doing that, what they actually do is they push people away during a general election. Kamala Harris, because she is who she is, doesn't have to talk about racial polarization all that much. People sort of assume that she understands the issue because of her race. And so that gives her the ability to just simply go over the top.
He's holding up a bad candidate, I think, on purpose.
What other purpose would there be unless you're...
He has to know Bernie would womp Kamala Harris. They said, stop now, everyone, we're going to do an election. He would destroy her. Trump voters would be like, I take Bernie. Well, they might be too brainwashed by now. Socialism is evil.
Yeah.
Socialism is evil. They might have been brainwashed by now.
Yeah, they have been.
But
isn't that funny?
Just Democrats voting, Bernie wins easily.
It shows you the
easily.
The power of the corrupt people. You know what I mean? It's just straight up. Well, and the sad thing about ignorant people, it's like, hey man, they got fuckers to believe this lie years ago, and look at you, like your granddad was saying this, and now you're saying it.
Yeah.
But you commies, communism is bad. Is communism evil? It kills people. It's like, wow. Like, that's fucked up.
These fucking guys, man. These fucking people.
It's like your daddy was brainwashed, your daddy's dad was brainwashed, and look at you. Now your son will be saying, look, my dad was brainwashed as well. Hey,
I'm
Ben,
smart.
man.
I listened to Ben Shapiro today. No offense to Ben Shapiro fans.
Oh, offense to them, and
No offense to you.
listen, it's like if you're a fan
Boys
of
will be boys, right?
No,
Am
fuck,
I right?
Fuck all that. If you're a fan of an idea, man, there's a problem. You know.
Oh yeah.
There needs to be something or someone that just goes like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah,
So
we're
it's
coming
like-
for your next too.
Well, they already
Don't stick them out.
already did. I mean, come on. Like, no offense. It's like, hey, man, you get upset. You should be upset.
Yeah.
Like, all of you, you know. If you're going to listen to this guy, more people will die.
And it's not even the fact that he's seems
You know what I mean by that.
Not even by the fact that he seems consistently pro-war. Like almost on every war, he's like, yeah, but we just did it wrong. Like that shit. Like he was okay with war, just they did it wrong.
I'm against the Iraq War. We didn't do it the right way.
But
What?
he's that way by omission, by never talking about it. Right?
Yeah.
First he was I don't care if civilians die. First he's like, I don't care if civilians die.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I just want to talk about it. It's like, did your views even change? Are you sorry about saying them out loud? What's going on here? So I think he lets innocent lives die by omission, considering his platform.
Well, that's what I mean.
That might not be fair, but I'm saying it anyways.
Fair.
It might not be fair. Because he may just
Listen,
truly be ignorant and has...
I'm not calling him a murderer. I'm saying, dude, you have a hand in this shit, you know?
We all do.
Yeah.
That's why it's not fair.
Here's the thing. Did he ask himself the moral question? Okay? That's where I started from. That's where I started from. That's the redemption moment, okay? Hey, James, you know, did you ever look into, like, 17-year-old me? Like, hey, dude, you ever look into this shit? No. Don't you think you should? I'm doing this right now. Oh, so you don't care. All right, cool. Fuck you. Walk away. Years come about, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like, And you start to question everything, including yourself. Like, well, fuck, man.
Yeah,
You
get
know?
that volume on that shit, man. I know it's picking that shit up on there.
And then I'm like, well, okay. That's the redemption moment for all that shit.
And
I never did anything. I'm like, yeah, you did.
It'll be a leap for redemption that we won't be able to see, but we'll fucking see it. Let's be honest. We won't see it, but we'll see it. All right, let's continue.
Not talk about the racial issue as much. Barack Obama did much the same thing in 2008. All right, so she kicked off her presidential campaign with about apparently 20,000 people showing up in Oakland.
You ever think that's like, do you see the little mind trick you just played there? You said about Harris and Obama, they won't have to talk about race so much because they are that race or whatever. It's like, maybe that's how they won because they didn't start talking about race. Or not that Harris won anything, but maybe that played a role. Like, oh, he's not using his fucking race to bait us into voting for him. That might be a good thing.
I just like how he completely, like, it's like, hey, man, are you oblivious to a couple
Just
people?
logical, just leaps.
Are you oblivious to these people who exist? You know?
I'm curious if he mentions anyone else.
Can you imagine? It's like,
He
you know,
does
he's
fuck
on he's on Jeopardy. Like, who is, or how they say it? Like, what is, you know, what is Tulsi? Like, senator?
Yeah.
Senator from where?
Hawaii.
Hawaii? Like,
Hawaii. They say it some weird way.
Yeah.
Hawaii.
he's like,
Hawaii.
like, if Ben answers this correctly, he wins. He's like, Kamala Harris? Like, no.
All right.
It's like rocking a hard place. Do I show that fact that I'm stupid, or do I acknowledge that fact this person exists and I'll be a fraud? I can't function. He has a heart attack. He fakes a heart attack on fucking live TV.
Let's continue.
And she did it speaking against City Hall. So I'm not even sure how she got a license to do that, but
There's
she
the
did it
Shawn
against City
Michaels.
Hall, so it looked like a presidential
Gets knocked
address.
down, he's like this, he's like-
And she quoted Bobby Kennedy, because we will never escape the baby boomers. She said, these are not ordinary times, and this will not be an ordinary election. She then threw out a bunch of platitudes, although she dropped a few she dropped a few kind of new twists. Like, for example, she talked about transphobia, which I'm sure is going to be a massive winner across the country in a general election. She also stressed her experience
already making it sound like he's assuming she's going to win. He made this uncompelling argument that she's going to win. Now we're just assuming that she's going to win and running with that.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, well, when she talks to Trump, when they're going to have their debate, it's like, huh?
Yeah, no.
You're automatically assuming.
I mean, I might be wrong about this, but it seems so like a dishonest move to prop her up. Someone that I don't think most voters want. To be honest.
It reminds me of this. It's like, okay, if it's Bernie versus Hillary Clinton, it's going to be Bernie. And when people were talking about
it wasn't Bernie. That happened.
Would you just listen?
Good.
As far as the nominee.
They regret that, by the way.
As far as the nominee. And then you'll hear people who don't want Bernie. They'll just like, when Hillary is going to debate Trump, it's just going to be one of these things where it's like, you know, Bernie's over here, right? He's doing the same shit. It's like, I don't want this person. I'm going to pretend this person doesn't exist, you know? It's only until you're in the same room with that person you're going to have to fucking acknowledge that they exist, you know?
Yeah. And Trump's in a tough place. He needs a Kamala Harris for him to win. Otherwise, he has to do something that he's been preaching against and using as a way to win voters over. It's like, socialism's bad. He'd have to do something like, I don't know, Medicare for all or something like that.
I was going to say, he's going to have to do a James Bond skydive out of a fucking, like, jet or something like that. Save a baby, and then do a backflip and land on his feet. Square position, you know what I mean?
Not sure those would help him.
No?
Not sure. He already has his base all like, yeah, Trump.
Well, you saw that they fucking think he's some superhero.
Yeah, they're fucking fooling themselves. Fucking Alex Jones fooling himself.
Oh, that dude's a fool.
All right, let's continue.
He's funny, but he's a fool.
Let's continue.
prosecuting sex crimes and fighting transnational gangs. Now, the funny part about this is that she was a terrible attorney general. I mean, she was such a bad attorney general that she was roundly criticized by law enforcement for her general failures to defend law enforcement.
And what's weird is when Democrats hear that, they're thinking the exact opposite thing. Like, she's too much of a police. Someone has a Twitter account with a lot of followers, and their name is Kamala Harris is a cop. That's their fucking YouTube or Twitter name.
Kamala Harris is a cop.
Because that's how I think the largest portion of the Democratic voting bloc is those progressive types. I think they're the larger amount. Don't let the Hillary popular vote fool you. It was them voting against Trump, a lot of people. Don't let that fool you.
Yeah, I'm looking at him as a monster. Like, we can't let this happen.
They think Kamala Harris's record as Attorney General favors police enforcement and bad police enforcement by their standards.
In fact, there was one particular case where illegal immigrants killed a law enforcement officer, and she refused to take a harsh enough stance against illegal immigration, and that led a lot of law enforcement officials to come after her and criticize her for good reason. On the left, there are a lot of people who criticize Kamala Harris because they feel that she was too harsh. They feel that she was too willing to put people in jail, particularly for drug crimes. In any case,
he skips over that shit. This guy's so fucking dishonest, man. He's such a dishonest fucking person.
What's the word he's...
Or acting like a dishonest person.
So what'd your uncle
People
call?
complain because prisons were being overfilled, and she had a chance to release non-violent offenders, but she kept them in order to use them for labor. Like, that's
creepy.
That's what I'll call them traditional Democrats are saying. Not the neoliberal or the Clinton fanboys and fangirls. I mean the actual traditional Democrat and progressive Democrat. That's what they're saying. That's what they're looking at. But enough of that.
Here was Kamala Harris announcing her run yesterday in Oakland.
I don't think Ben's really said anything yet, to be honest with you. This is like a shit show to me.
See?
I really don't think he said anything of substance yet. Straight up. An immigrant killed a police officer, and she's not tough on immigration. It's like, come on, man. You probably know that yourself, that that's a leap. And that was the only fucking thing you said.
See?
Fuck.
We are here at this moment in time because we must
Don't ban us,
answer
YouTube. Don't do
a
it.
fundamental question. Who are we? Who are we as Americans? So
What the fuck is she saying? Is she saying anything?
No.
We are American. The crowd should have been like, yeah. Okay.
Well, it's like this.
I breathe oxygen.
It's like,
Yeah.
we are human beings. Yeah. No, it's they all look around. They're like this. They're like, yeah. It's like we deserve this shit. It's like we don't, but it's like we deserve this. You know.
We're just being a little bit of, being assholes a little bit.
Yeah.
We got to hear the rest of what she says.
Oh, come on, man. You
To some
know she's
degree.
full of shit.
To some degree, we got to hear it.
let's answer that question to the world
Not
and
saying
each
anything.
other
Not saying anything.
right here and right now.
How? No, that wasn't a Native
I need
American
fucking
joke. That was a how, like H-O-W
well,
with a question mark.
It's okay if you do it.
That's right, I'm partially Native American myself.
My point is, it's like, you know, without content, what good is that shit, you know? Unless this ain't some, like, philosophy thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, purely.
We need to do good because good is good.
Look, you can have Bush, you can have fucking, what do you call it, Trump, and then me.
Yeah.
And, hey guys, do you want to do what's right? Yes. Whatever. Yes. I'm like, yeah. I can tell you what that really means. They can't, you know. That'll be the difference. Hey, what do you mean by the right thing? Like, the morally right thing to do? Where's Dick? Help me. I can't help you. I can't help you. It's like, no, it's like, blocking my powers of the Force. I can't help you. Trump's like, well, fuck. Just touches his watch, some billionaire shit disappears. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just being honest. You know, they can't go there.
He has a Tony Stark Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
Nanotechnology.
My workers made it for me.
Alright.
America, we are better than this.
So, I mean, that's some pretty boring stuff right there. She's not an inspiring speaker by any
dancing.
stretch of the imagination.
I mean, she said less than you, Ben, but you're not saying much either. But, you know.
She's pretty charisma-free, but that's not going to hurt her all that much because, again, we're going to get the
like,
media's favorite thing, which is she's...
Like, I think here's the thing. It's like, this guy wants her to win only for her to lose.
Yeah.
That's what is happening here.
Sort of like Clinton wanted Trump to win so she could beat him.
Yeah.
And also, just to add on to that, it's like, I don't care if it's the reincarnation of Noam Chomsky on the fucking stage. If he says the right shit, I'll be like, yeah, that's positive. I like that. Not that I'm going to vote for him. Just
I wouldn't vote for him.
Just saying. No, I'm talking about demeanor. Same demeanor as Noam Chomsky. But he's like, we need
Oh, yeah. He didn't dance. He didn't dance loud enough. Sorry.
Redemption is needed, and
Yeah, dude.
we're in a moral crisis.
You could be fucking, what's his name? Stephen Hawking, whatever the fuck. Like,
we
just
need
type it in and it says, we need to do the morally.
We need to end homelessness, and everyone's like,
No.
yeah.
No, it's... Yeah. We need need to end homelessness, and then we need to all come together to understand what's the morally right thing to do, and understanding that will unleash pure happiness and joy, and understanding what the right...
he's a cattle bro, like... It's like, yes, yes.
No, it's... the voting booth, it's like electronic, like, remember, if you vote for me, I will make it wonderful. It's like, oh, remember, if you vote for me. they're falling asleep. There's a little box that goes like a pat. No, it's like a, what do you call it? A little like shelf that opens, right? It's a fucking taser to open. Is it sponsored by Noam Chomsky?
Sorry, no. It's just jokes, man.
That's fucking funny, dude. Like, dude, you'll be perfect if I'm having trouble for sleep. I'll just listen to you talking about stuff. You know? It's like,
sorry, Noam Chomsky. We apologize.
Like, yo, he probably always sounded like.
All right, enough of Noam.
Enough of Noam. Noam.
Moving on. He's had some great debates.
My bad. But hold up. Had some great debates. We're gonna moving on to the next video.
The first. Right, so Barack Obama was the first black president. Now we're going to have...
Come on.
Him on the radio late at night for truckers. This is the most dangerous.
Moving on.
Female black president. And then in 8 years, we will have the first female black little person of Native American heritage who is transgender as president. It'll be very exciting when that happens. Then...
We just showed you that. Where's Vincent James from the Red Elephants when you need him? He'll bring up a chart. Like, these states voted for Obama. Then they voted for Trump. Are those identitarians? Is that identity politics? I don't know, Ben. To me, that just doesn't make sense.
I mean, if you look at the charts, you'll understand that the statistics say that they all feel the same way when they're voting for a president.
Harris, who is a radical leftist. She says, I'm running to be president of the people. Okay, this is just a lie. She's running to be president of Democrats. Again, this is a lady who has insulted Catholics, suggested that Catholics don't belong on federal courts. This is a lady who has suggested that Brett Kavanaugh was a gang rapist. This is a woman who was so bad at representing the people of California that when the people of California voted in favor of traditional marriage, and then there was a lawsuit on the basis of that vote, she refused as California Attorney General to represent the people. Right? This was actually an issue. It went to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, on the basis of Kamala Harris alone, deciding that she was not going to stand up for the vote of the Californian people, they decided they weren't even going to take up the case and they would strike down Proposition 8. But
just real quick, if she did that, I'm cool with that. But it's like, don't we want our leaders to be, quote unquote, better than us? Well, we want everyone to be better, to where you don't need elected leaders other than, like, this guy speaks well, but we all have the same morals here. But he just speaks better than us.
I want whoever's speaking or representing me is another version of a moral champion that's representing a group of people. That's what I want.
In this world, your leader should be better than everyone else, morally. So, I don't care if they say, well, listen, we're going to start executing babies. We're going to start killing babies. As, like, the population was saying that. And the leader's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not signing off on that. Like, good. Good job. But, you know.
It's like the population.
You know where Ben lays his head at.
The population tricks, like, their politician or who's representing them. Like, let's all pretend that we hate black people. Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says. The black people are like, okay. Yeah.
Of course, you know, Ben has no fucking reason for it other than the book he reads. And, you know, they do some religious ceremony for it. Other than that, he doesn't really have a real reason for it. Continuing.
Here she is pretending to be a uniter rather than a divider.
I'm running for president because I love my country. I love my country.
Not saying anything.
I'm running to be president of the people, by the people, and for all people.
Okay, well, again.
Yeah, Ben, let's take her word for it. I've never heard those words put together. Ever in history, ever from any politician ever. No one's ever said that before.
I was like, let me try to talk like a Southern Baptist minister or something like that.
Why do you take them at their word like that? Unless you are
quietly
propping them up.
Look, she said she was sorry about beating the child to death. I mean, come on, what more do you need? I'm kidding, but yeah, it's like this guy I think it's pretty obvious he wants her to be like the nominee.
Yeah.
So that way she can lose to Trump.
Yeah.
And there you go. Because why? Well, it's your team, Ben. Look, Trump is just being a little bit ridiculous here, but hey, dude, it don't matter because he's on your team.
Yeah. Dick Rider.
And no, that's not a thing that's happening. And the way you can tell this is because even in the midst of her speech, she started dropping all sorts of alienating language. So here she was yesterday explaining that in her fights against transnational gangs, a wall won't work. We can't have a wall, obviously. What we need instead is the sanctuary city policy that she herself supports.
For the people meant fighting transnational gangs who traffic in drugs and guns and human beings. And I saw their sophistication, their persistence, and their ruthlessness. And folks, on the subject of transnational gangs, let's be perfectly clear. The president's medieval vanity project is not going to stop them.
Okay, probably won't.
It's like, people, you can make a lot of money from prison. I mean, look at this dress. How do you think like, come on.
As a Latino Superman would say, well, let's look at the source and look at a big picture solution. Rather than, I don't know.
Well, you need rain. Be perfect.
Right.
Well, I think we should look at it's not really like the what do you call it? The source of the problem.
Yeah.
Rather than a quick solution, quick fix. It's like, wow, how rational did that sound? It's like, hey, listen, your cut keeps bleeding. Maybe we should figure out how this is happening. No, we need a Band-Aid. And by Band-Aid, I mean a piece of paper with tape on it. Yeah.
These birds keep...
It works.
These birds, they just keep crapping on my car. It's like, well, you cut down the forest that was surrounding your house. What do you expect is going to happen? They're going to find that one tree that's sitting in your back fucking yard. You dumb fuck. The fuck is wrong with these people?
I would have went with parking a car near like a tree. It's like, hey, park it over here. There's nothing.
Stop them either, by the way, is her sanctuary city policy. Again, the person who introduced her here was Libby Schaaf, the Oakland mayor, who legitimately warned criminal gang members that ICE was going to come raid the city. So if you...
Are you repeating yourself? Right? Is this
talking
new?
In a circle.
Is this new?
If you feel safe with Kamala Harris, let me tell you, as a resident of California, crime rates rose under Kamala Harris when she was Attorney General out here. Okay, the crime was not great under her. She did not do a good job.
Maybe prosecution got stricter too, to where all of a sudden, like, oh, crime statistics, crime went up. But who knows? I don't know. I'd be wrong about
like,
that.
hey, did you profit off anybody being in jail? Don't bring that up because everybody else will have to fucking fall down too, I guess. Right?
Might be a chain reaction to that one. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. She's going to be touted by the media. Anyway, and why does she have such a bad relationship with law enforcement? Because she, like Barack Obama, like much of the Democratic Party, spends an awful lot of time suggesting that the police are basically racist.
I'm running to fight for an America where no mother or father has to teach their young son that people may stop him, arrest him, chase him, or kill him because of his race.
Okay, this is such a slander against law.
It's such. Oh my god, fuck you, man. If you can't see what she's doing, shut the slander against law and order.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
They're both full of shit. Look at her.
Did you know that Kamala Harris's solution to crime was getting kids in school? So what she did was she started imprisoning or giving large fines to parents to where if kids were not attending school or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, if you imprison the parent, then the kids definitely won't be getting to school.
Yeah, no.
Because they won't have parents around. So it's like, what the fuck?
Well, Jordan, how do you think, who's going to pay? This dress ain't going to pay for itself.
I explained that completely wrong, I think. I don't know. Look it up, you assholes.
Well, look.
You got Google.
Hypothetically, right? If that is what happened, right? First of all, you're just digging a bigger hole for everybody else. You know what I mean? Listen,
You're literally on fucking CNN.
Just wait.
Jesus
if your kid doesn't
Christ.
go to school, then your parents have to pay this fine. And if that's true, and if their parents are in a poor economic status, and how the fuck are they going to pay for that? Then it becomes even worse. When the kid doesn't go to school, if they can't fucking pay for it, what do you think's going to happen? They're not going to get arrested?
The one scenario I saw, I think, was on Jimmy Dore, was the mom is that the family's homeless, I think, and that's why she couldn't get the kids to school, something like that. But you know, who cares? Poor people.
I mean, hey, who's gonna pay for that dress?
I only care about voting
Who's gonna
blocks.
pay for the dress and the nice necklace
Voting
she has
blocks.
on? Huh? Who's gonna pay for the nice blazer she's wearing? Don't pay for itself, you know.
Let's continue.
Make that money in jail, you know.
Enforcement. It's such a slander against law enforcement that law enforcement officials are running around shooting black people because of their race. It's just a lie. There is no statistical evidence to support that whatsoever, that there is a wild racial discrimination problem in police departments across the country that results in police officers shooting black people simply because of their race.
That's right. Just like Mark Lamont Hill had nothing to do with being, offensive to Jewish people. He just thinks their government acts in criminal ways, and he wants to, maybe boycott them, or divest, or sanction them, to some degree. But apparently, to you, that's a giant leap. You make this giant leap in saying that he wants the elimination of all Jewish people.
Well, it's literally you're gonna
or
have
the elimination of Israel. Slaughter of millions of Jews.
You're gonna have to create that out of fucking nowhere. It's no different than someone saying, "Hey, Jordan, that guy's an asshole. He just said, hey, he wants to beat me up. Fuck, what?" It's no different. You're like, you're creating something out of nothing.
Well, he plays identity politics when it suits him, when it suits his motives. And yes, his motive should be in question for all the Ben Shapiro fans.
Is a myth that was pushed by the Obama
fucking redemption. He said he was sorry. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
administration. It is simply not true. By every statistic I have ever seen, this is simply not true. Okay, particularly when you're talking about people being shot. If you want to make the case that police treat black folks disproportionately in terms of roughing them up during arrests, there's some evidence to back that up. There was a Harvard study by Roland Fryer that suggested that maybe that was the case. But when it comes to the idea that police are disproportionately overall racist and are going after black folks because of race, again, no evidence of this. But look.
Is Israel like that to Palestinians? What happens if that's the case and someone complained about it? Is that righteous or is that racist? Is that anti-Semitic? Which one is it?
She's a radical, and the media love this. Now,
she's not a fucking radical. She's a corporate. I'd say corporate.
Democrat.
She's a budding corporate neoliberal, faux righteous candidate.
I thought she was a corporate Democrat or something.
She's budding corporate. Right now, she's in the lawyer stages of moving up into that corporate class.
Oh.
And they all have fucking law degrees. This guy's a fucking law degree too.
Of course he does.
No wonder they all think alike. And Tulsi's just a veteran. I don't even know what the fuck Bernie is.
I don't care what they are.
I think Bernie's like just a civil rights guy.
He's also a sellout.
But who knows, man? Who cares?
I care. I need to know.
I'll look it up.
What have you been doing, man?
On my Google machine.
she does have a pretty big problem with her resume, and I'm going to explain this in just 1 second. But first, let's talk about birthdays, anniversaries, Valentine's Days. These things are just around the corner. So when you are looking for the biggest and best quality roses out there, you need to talk to my friend.
Advertising shit.
The world could end tomorrow, but first,
get this neck cream. It helps me with my neck fat. Help me. Help you. My mom uses it. Christ, bro.
The big problem for Kamala Harris. Well, the biggest problem for Kamala Harris is she's
is that all he's talking about? I'm going to skip forward. I'm curious if all he's talking about is Kamala Harris.
met Kamala Harris. He was married at the time.
I pause it, skip forward, and it's literally the next words that come out of his mouth is Kamala Harris.
You know, it's like GSP's retiring. I have done everything that everyone has any presented to me as far as I can. Harrison Silva. Anything like, why aren't you talking? You've been escaping it for like 7 years, bro. Anderson Silva, find him. It's like, thank you to all my fans, and
I've done it all. I've beaten everyone.
So, Anderson. Someone throws a spider on his face. He just doesn't move. Thank you.
I've been peppered with calls from the national media about my relationship with Kamala Harris.
Dude,
I'm dumbfounded. I'm done. That's it for us. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like. Always comment. Please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The website the link will be in the description box. The website, I played it earlier in this video. I'll play it again. Why not? And for us, that is all. Good luck and good night.
Kamala Harris?
And Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris?
Give this video a thumbs down. Kamala Harris.
Say you wanna get in.